All right. So, hey everyone. I did want to offer an opportunity for me to just kind of briefly go through this super long message for those of you who I know just you lose me after so many sentences. I really wanted to try and put as much information out there in one spot. I thought about all the information that I need to be shared. I could try and chunk it for you in different emails, but really, to be honest with you, as a person who's inundated with emails herself, I kind of want it all in one spot anyway. So I was hoping to be able to just get as much information out as I could from this past week and a half where it just felt like everything was changing every 5 seconds, and I wanted to make sure that I had all of the right pieces before sharing as much information as I could all in one spot. So for those of you who, like, I see more than 2 paragraphs and I'm like, you've lost me, I just figured I'd put together this video to kind of give an auditory version of a more conversational piece to what's been happening at Grand Oaks and keep you updated on that. So the first thing I just kind of want to talk about is this message is for parents. I know that we have been holding our students' hand for like what seems ever, and we want to make sure that they're making these really important life choices for after high school the right way, and just being really nervous about that. But you really got to let them start driving this car that we have going forward. Um, we're there to be their safety net, and like I said, their seatbelt and their airbag and everything. But really, this is the perfect opportunity for us to make sure that we have taught them effectively to start advocating for themselves and how to communicate with their professors, and being more independent, and building up that resiliency for when that they make these really big mistakes that they're going to make this year. And it's just going to happen. I want them to have an opportunity to look at those problems or obstacles and as an opportunity for growth and learning, and being able to look at them as a way for them to really set themselves up for whatever comes after this year as a senior. So as much as it's great that you're going to be involved, and I want to include you in all the conversations, really try and have your senior be the person to reach out to whoever they need to reach out to get what they need, and try and help them find the way to get this information. How to find this information, teach them how to find it, and really help put them in the driver's seat, and then we'll sit in the passenger and the back seat and enjoy this real awesome ride of senior year together. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is the College and Career Center at Grand Oaks High School. It's kind of a funny way that we're trying to design coming back to school in waves, and getting everybody here and getting everybody safe and keeping everybody safe, and disinfecting everything and all the things. When I spoke with Mr. Algaze today, we were chatting about how the district, when we're at stage 3, we're at a really high volume of cases and things like that in this area. They really want us to limit how many people are in this room, in these non-traditional classrooms. And so he's asking that I make max capacity of the room at 10. And so we're prioritizing those seniors. So we're working at 10 students in the College and Career Center at one time. And what we want to do is give an opportunity for those seniors to be able to request the time to come down during first or second or third or fourth block, depending on what the activities are at that time. And we've built a form for that, and request that time. And then Miss Aguilar will send a pass during the time that they've requested. And then at the end of their time, they'll be able to go back to class. Now, it's really important that they communicate, hey, I'm going to be out of your class for this class period, to their teachers, and make up any time that they have lost if they've missed an assignment or if they've missed daily notes or something like that, which we anticipate being pretty okay considering we're at blended learning all over the place. But we want to make sure that we're being respectful of their teachers' time and also communicate with them as well. It's good practice anyway. The second thing I want to talk about is the college rep visits, they're happening and they're happening fast. I already have 12 and I've seen some people signing up for them already. So I have put a tutorial in Canvas regarding how to sign up and reserve a spot in Naviance for that representative visit. It's a really great opportunity for you to explore a school, get to know a school. If you're, maybe you don't really know the school and you kind of want to learn more about it, I'd say just go to all of them, just kind of see how many you can get exposed to. But it's also, if there's a school that you're like, this is my school, it's really important for you to start laying that groundwork to getting to know that rep. That's our assigned rep. This Grand Oaks High School's rep for that campus. It's a representative, and building that relationship. A lot of times those representatives are the first people that see our applications before it goes to review. So it's really a great opportunity for us to foster those relationships and make a lasting impact on those visits and things like that. So those visits are going to happen virtually. You'll be able to tune in from home if you're learning from home, and that seating is completely unlimited. But if you're at face-to-face at Grand Oaks High School, I need to facilitate that visit for you. You can't sign in during your English class very well. So I'm going to be pulling you down to the College and Career Center, and you're going to be signing in the College and Career Center to meet that rep face-to-face from a Chromebook. Okay, so the next thing I kind of want to talk about are the college applications. It's really important for us to make sure that we have a good overall view of that product. And Ms. Willard and I made a really great video earlier last week and shared that, just kind of understand the full picture. She talked about how it's really important that we submit that application first before all these other pieces start showing up to the school. So before you request a letter of recommendation, before you request an official transcript to be sent, because those things are sent, you want to start that file for yourself with that school. And so submit that application before you submit the other pieces. We really don't want those pieces to start showing up and then they look for the application folder that you started and it's not there yet. And so they're like, oh, well, and they'll set it aside and then things happen to get lost, or they have to go digging for it later or something like that. Next piece that I talked about is testing. So a lot of us, I'm getting a lot of questions about the PSAT and the SAT and how they're super full and you can't even reserve a spot on College Board until like November, and that's like over in Dallas. And I'm getting a lot of panic, and I just want you guys to understand that all of the universities know that the entire world is on a pandemic. And so a lot of them, most of them, have waived testing or made testing optional because they recognize that they can't penalize a senior for not being able to register to take a test, or they do register to take a test and then they find out later that that testing center has shut down or whatever happened, and then they get a refund and they try and reschedule, and it's just not going to happen. So like, I received an email from University of Texas representative yesterday that said, there'll be a place for you to notate on your application, yes, I'm going to send my test scores, or no, I'm opting out of the test scores. And they just advise that if you are going to opt into your test scores, that you need to make sure that you can keep in mind those dates of when those scores are going to be released and when those schools can receive them by. Because if they don't receive them by that, like I think it's December 9th or something like that, then they will probably likely shift that application into no testing scores, and they will start looking at that holistic review without the scores, even if you notated that you do want them to review your scores. So that's just something to keep in mind as we embark on this fact that like it's very hard to find a place to test. Now, caveat to that is Grand Oaks High School right now is planning on facilitating the PSAT and the SAT for all of our sophomores, juniors, and seniors on October 14th. So that will be one day that we will, like, school shut down and everybody test. We don't know exactly what it looks like because we're still in the planning stages and everything like that. For that day, and we're hoping to be able to open up for, like last year we allowed some ninth graders to opt into the PSAT and pay for the exam. Right now we're on hold with that. We haven't received anything from the district regarding what that will look like and if our freshmen will have the opportunity, but we're hoping that will move forward. So there is that caveat. We will at this point, we are planning on proctoring that exam for our juniors and seniors and our sophomores. The next thing I want to talk about is the official transcript requests. So there's two different types of transcripts. There's an unofficial transcript, which I can, you fill out the Google form from the website, and then we run the transcript, and we can email you a copy that's unofficial. It's not stamped, it's not sealed, all those pieces. An official transcript does not touch your hands. It goes straight from Grand Oaks High School and goes to the university and or the institution straight off. That's what makes it official. Those requests have to be done through Naviance, and there is a tutorial for that on our Grand Oaks website, and it's in Canvas. So, and a little piece to that is if you're filling out in Naviance your official transcript request, and it asks you what your application type is, there's three options that they give you. There's the Common App, there's the like other, basically, which is everything else other than Common App, like Apply Texas and the university specific. And then there's the I don't know. If you hit I don't know, I can't process that request because I don't know what entity you're using to apply, and I don't know what process is acceptable to send that transcript to. So I can't process that official transcript if it says I don't know in that box. So I need either Common App or basically everything else. You don't have to worry about any other options. So if you have a transcript request in there and you've clicked the button, I don't know what my application type is yet, I need you to go and fix that because I can't process that request until that piece is done because I don't know how to send it. Second to last, letters of recommendation. This is where we're kind of in a bit of a pickle because we were shut down in the pandemic when we would normally want to upload our teachers into Naviance and give them all this training and all this jazz. We don't have teachers in Naviance yet, so we need to start the process of requesting the letters of recommendation to get them the opportunity to get started writing them, but we need to put the official request through Naviance because they also will send this official documentation straight from Naviance to the institution. So what I have done is I've prepared the teacher request form, which also has the like brag sheet questions on it. That is a survey in Naviance. If you want to do it there, that's fine too. And so you can fill out that information and then reach out to your teacher via email and say, hey, I'm applying to these universities. You'll see that it's a part of the form. And I filled out these questions for you. A lot of students have already prepared like a resume or like a more about me to kind of help you write a letter of recommendation, but the questions that we ask on that brag sheet for teachers is really specific to their classroom and really personable to you. And those questions and that information that you can provide to them is going to help set you apart from the crowd. They really want this, the letter of recommendation are not to glow about your accolades and your grades and how fantastic of a student you are. That is showcased by like your transcripts and your GPA, and they see what kinds of classes you took and all those activities. They have, I mean, these people who are doing the holistic review, they see what kind of student you are based off that information. The letter of recommendation is a piece that's like the essay, where it's supposed to set you apart and make you more personable and get something out of it that sets you different and spark something that makes them think, oh, she had that experience or something like that. So this really trying to get it more personable information for your teacher to be able to write you a glowing letter of recommendation. So they're going to work on that. And then when I finally get them uploaded into Naviance, which is going to happen the first bit of September, then I'll be able to let you know, hey, now you can put in your letter of recommendation request for teachers in Naviance, and then the teacher will be able to send it through Naviance at that point. But we want to get a head start on that. I understand that you're chomping at the bit. Just make sure you take those two forms and you reach out to those teachers with that. And then last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about my availability, because you got to understand that there's only one of me and there's like almost 800 of you guys. Not 800 seniors, we're more like 600 seniors. Not quite all the way, but it's a lot. And so I want to be able to work with you one-on-one, and there are going to be tons of time for me to work with you one-on-one, but a lot of this stuff at the beginning, I'm trying to get as much information out to as many people as possible. So I'm going to be offering like help sessions for applications, help sessions for essay writing, help sessions for all these things, and they're going to start showing up here at the beginning of September, and it's going to have like a link to a Zoom that you can sign in on, and we'll have like this group session where you can ask me all the questions, or you can ask my opinion, or I can kind of help guide you on these things. And that there kind of be a blend opportunity. If there's a situation where you're like, I need one-on-one time, I am like completely lost. Even after I've seen your Canvas stuff, even after I've seen this stuff in Naviance, I'm not getting it. I really need that one-on-one time. You can always reach out to me via email or talk to me on the phone. I've been doing that for a while now, and I'm definitely very much available in that way. But I do want to just kind of set the tone that there's like 600 of you and there's one of me, and so I want to try and reach as many people as possible and kick out as much information as possible for you guys. I know that this first email was super, super long, and I really apologize for that. Usually my emails are like bullet, 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 bullet. I chuck the deuces because I know you guys are being inundated with just getting set up for this school year. Like, how can I think like months down the road? I need to get myself situated at home for school, at all this other stuff, and all of your other teachers are saying, I need this for chemistry, I need this for AP Bio, I need this for AP Environmental Systems, all the things. So I understand that you're being inundated right now. I just wanted to make sure that I was as concise as possible while still being able to get out all of the information, because I think the last time I was able to kick anything out was at the end of the week, the end of last week before, and I really wanted to try and be more frequent about that, but there were so many shifting pieces, I didn't want to communicate anything until I knew for sure what it was going to start to look like. So my parting voice to you, I guess, is just enjoy the ride. Parents, there's a lot of information going out there, and I understand that you're being inundated. Just take a deep breath and take it one day at a time. And seniors, you've got a fantastic community around you. You've got your teachers, you've got your parents, you've got your family, you've got your neighborhood, and you've got your school, and you've got me, and you've got Miss Aguilar in the College and Career Center. And we are going to take this step by step, day by day with you, and just enjoy this last year that you have with us, and trust that we're going to get you set up for whatever happens next year, okay? I wrote this all out in one spot so that way you'd only have to read in one spot, go searching for something in one spot, because that's like how I would think, instead of breaking up into chunks. So feel free to revisit this and chunk it for yourself that way. Going forward, next week and the week after, it should be minute updates, not quite as big as this one. This one is a lot of information, but I wanted to be as thorough as I could while still being as concise as I could. So as to respect you guys being inundated with all this information. So as always, I remain your friendly neighborhood college and career counselor. Just reach out to me if you ever need anything. I'm excited to get to know you all and walk this road together. Okay, thanks.